Hello, my friend. I'm truly happy you're here today. I'm Evelyn, and before we begin this English speaking challenge, I want to ask you one simple question. What are you waiting for? Really, pause for a moment and think about it. How long have you wanted to speak English fluently and confidently? Maybe it has been 1 year, maybe 3 years, or maybe even longer. During that time, you may have watched hundreds of English videos, studied grammar rules, memorized vocabulary, listened to podcasts, saved speaking tips, and promised yourself, one day, I will speak English fluently. But even after all that learning, something may still feel missing. Maybe you understand English when someone speaks slowly. Maybe you can read English quite well. Maybe you know many useful words and expressions. But when it is your turn to speak, your mind becomes busy, your mouth feels slow, and the words do not come out as naturally as you want them to. You may know exactly what you want to say, but you cannot say it quickly. You begin translating from your first language. You worry about grammar. You search for the perfect word. You become nervous about your pronunciation, and suddenly, even a simple sentence feels difficult. Deep inside, you may still be waiting for the perfect day when you will finally feel ready to speak English confidently. Maybe you are waiting until you learn more vocabulary. Maybe you are waiting until your grammar becomes perfect. Maybe you are waiting for more free time, a better learning routine, a professional teacher, a patient speaking partner, or an opportunity to travel to an English-speaking country. But my friend, let me tell you the truth with kindness. You do not need to wait for any of those things. Most English learners do not stay stuck because they are not intelligent. They do not stay stuck because they are lazy, and they do not stay stuck because they are unable to learn English. Many learners stay stuck because they spend most of their time learning English passively, but they do not train themselves to speak English actively. They listen, they read, they watch lessons, and they understand. But they do not give their mouths enough practice. They do not give their brains enough speaking training. They do not repeat useful sentences until those sentences begin to feel natural. They do not give their confidence enough opportunities to grow. Speaking English is not only about knowing English. Speaking is about using English again and again until your brain, your mouth, and your voice begin to work together naturally. That is why, starting today, we are beginning a powerful 10-day English speaking challenge based on shadowing practice. Shadowing is a simple but highly effective speaking exercise. You listen to a natural English sentence, and then you repeat it aloud. You try to follow the pronunciation, rhythm, stress, emotion, and speed of the speaker. You do not only repeat individual words, you copy the complete sound and flow of the sentence. It is almost like becoming the speaker's shadow. You listen, and then you follow. You hear the sentence, and then you speak it. You allow your ears, brain, and mouth to practice English together. During this challenge, you will not only listen to me, you will speak with me. You will repeat useful sentences about daily life. You will practice questions, answers, common expressions, short conversations, confident responses, and natural phrases that you can use in real situations. You do not need perfect grammar to begin. You do not need thousands of advanced words. You do not need a speaking partner sitting beside you. And you do not need to feel confident before you start. You only need to listen carefully, repeat aloud, and continue practicing even when a sentence feels uncomfortable at first. Today is the beginning of your 10-day journey. Each day, you will train your English voice a little more. You will become more comfortable producing English sounds. You will learn to connect words naturally. You will respond more quickly. You will hesitate less, and you will slowly stop translating every sentence inside your head. However, I want you to understand something important. Shadowing is not magic. You will not speak perfectly after repeating one sentence once. Real improvement comes through repetition. The first time you repeat a sentence, it may feel difficult. The second time, it may feel slightly easier. The third time, your pronunciation may become clearer. After several repetitions, your mouth begins to remember the movement. Your brain begins to remember the sentence pattern, and your voice begins to sound more natural. This is how speaking fluency develops. One sentence, one repetition, and one small improvement at a time. So today, I want you to look at English practice in a new way. Do not think of speaking as a test that you must pass. Think of it as a physical skill that you must train. When someone learns to play the piano, they do not only read about music, they place their fingers on the keys and practice. When someone learns to swim, they do not only watch swimming videos. They enter the water and move their body. In the same way, you cannot learn to speak English naturally by only watching, reading, or listening. You must open your mouth, use your voice, and practice speaking. Even 10 or 15 minutes of focused shadowing practice every day can make a meaningful difference. Those small daily practice sessions can train your brain to process English more quickly. They can help your mouth become comfortable with unfamiliar sounds. They can improve your pronunciation, listening, sentence rhythm, and speaking confidence. And one day, you may notice something beautiful. You will not need as much time to prepare your sentences. Common expressions will come to your mind more easily. Your mouth will produce familiar phrases without so much effort. You will stop thinking about every individual word, and you will begin speaking in complete groups of words. You will not only understand English, you will begin using it with greater freedom. Before we begin today's practice, I want you to imagine yourself 10 days from now. Imagine that you have completed every day of this challenge. You have listened carefully. You have repeated every sentence aloud. You have practiced even when you felt tired. You have continued even after making mistakes. You have given your English voice 10 days of real, active training. Now imagine yourself having a conversation in English. Maybe you are speaking to a coworker. Maybe you are meeting someone new. Maybe you are ordering food, asking for directions, making a phone call, explaining a problem, or talking about your daily routine. The other person asks you a question, and instead of becoming completely silent, you take a calm breath and respond. Your answer may not be perfect, but it comes out. You do not wait for the perfect sentence. You use the English you know. You speak clearly. You continue the conversation. And after the conversation ends, you realize something important. You did it. That feeling does not come from waiting. It comes from training. Perhaps you have experienced the opposite situation before. You were in a real conversation, and everything seemed fine while the other person was speaking. You understood the topic. You knew many of the words. You even had ideas that you wanted to share. But then, it became your turn to speak. Everyone looked at you. Your mind became crowded. Your mouth felt stuck. You started building a perfect sentence in your head. You changed the sentence several times. You worried that your grammar might be wrong. You became afraid of mispronouncing a word. And before you were ready, the conversation moved forward. Someone else started speaking, and you became quiet again. My friend, if this has ever happened to you, please understand this clearly. It does not mean you are bad at English. It does not mean you are not talented. It does not mean you are too old to learn. And it does not mean you will never become fluent. It simply means that your speaking skill needs more active training. Understanding English inside your mind is one skill. Producing English naturally, calmly, and confidently in a real moment is another skill. And the wonderful news is, this skill can be trained. Through shadowing, you will train yourself to hear natural sentence patterns and reproduce them aloud. You will practice the music of English, the rising and falling of the voice, the stressed words, the connected sounds, and the natural pauses. You will also practice complete phrases instead of struggling to create every sentence word by word. For example, instead of memorizing only the word mind, you can practice a complete expression such as, "Do you mind if I sit here?" Instead of learning only the word available, you can practice, "Are you available this afternoon?" Instead of studying only the word usually, you can practice, "I usually leave home around 8. Complete phrases are easier to remember and easier to use in real conversations. The more natural phrases you repeat, the more speaking patterns your brain will have available when you need them. For this practice to work, you must speak aloud. Do not repeat only inside your mind. Whispering is better than remaining silent, but speaking clearly in your normal voice is even better. Find a comfortable place. Relax your shoulders. Sit or stand naturally. Take a slow breath. Listen carefully. And repeat after me. Do not become frustrated if you cannot copy every sound perfectly. Your goal is not perfection. Your goal is improvement. During the first repetition, focus on the words. During the second repetition, focus on pronunciation. During the third repetition, focus on rhythm and emotion. Each time you repeat, allow the sentence to become a little smoother. You may pause the practice whenever you need more time. You may repeat a difficult sentence several times. You may return to the same practice tomorrow. This is your learning journey, and you are allowed to move at a speed that helps you grow. But make one promise to yourself today. Do not remain silent, even when your pronunciation is imperfect. Speak, even when you make a grammar mistake. Continue, even when your voice sounds different from mine. Keep practicing. Your voice does not need to sound exactly like another person's voice. Your goal is to speak English clearly, naturally, and confidently in your own voice. So from today, I want you to stop saying, "I will speak English when I feel ready." Instead, say this, "I will feel ready because I practice." Listen again. I will feel ready because I practice. Now say it with me. I will feel ready because I practice. Very good. One more time, with confidence. I will feel ready because I practice. Confidence does not usually arrive before practice. Practice comes first, and confidence follows. Every sentence you speak aloud matters. Every repetition matters. Every mistake teaches your mouth something. Every time you choose to use English, even for a few minutes, you are proving something to yourself. You are proving that English is not only a subject you study. English is a living skill you can use. English is a voice you can develop. English is a habit you can build. And English is something that can become a natural part of your daily life. Over the next 10 days, do not compare your progress with anyone else. Do not worry about learners who seem faster, more advanced, or more confident. Your only comparison should be with the person you were yesterday. Ask yourself, am I speaking a little more clearly? Am I hesitating a little less? Am I becoming more comfortable with English sounds? Am I practicing even when I do not feel perfectly motivated? Small improvements are real improvements. Maybe today you can repeat only short sentences. That is fine. Maybe tomorrow you can repeat longer sentences. That is progress. Maybe after several days, you will notice that a phrase comes to your mind automatically. That is fluency beginning to grow. Fluency is not speaking extremely fast. Fluency is being able to express yourself without becoming completely blocked. It is using the language you know with greater ease. It is continuing after a mistake. It is staying calm when you forget a word. And finding another way to communicate your meaning. That is the kind of fluency we are going to build together. So stay with me today, my friend. Listen carefully, breathe calmly, and give yourself permission to learn through practice. You are not too late. You are not behind. You are not starting from nothing. You already have English inside you. You have words, phrases, knowledge, and ideas. Now it is time to activate that knowledge. It is time to train your ears, train your brain, train your mouth, and strengthen your English voice. For the next 10 days, show up for yourself. Practice with honesty. Repeat with energy. Speak even when you feel unsure. And remember that every confident English speaker was once a learner who struggled to find the right words. The difference is that they continued practicing. Today, you will continue too. Take a slow breath, relax your face, and prepare your voice. Your 10-day English speaking challenge begins now. And this time, you are not going to wait for confidence. You are going to build it. One sentence at a time. Now that you understand how this challenge works, let us begin with a simple speaking warm-up. Do not rush. Relax your shoulders, take a slow breath, and prepare to use your voice. I will say each sentence naturally. Listen carefully, then repeat it aloud. Try to copy the rhythm, the stress, and the feeling of the sentence. Remember, you are not only repeating words, you are training your mouth to move smoothly in English. Repeat after me. Today, I am ready to practice English. Say it again. Today, I am ready to practice English. Now say it with a little more confidence. Today, I am ready to practice English. Very good. Repeat this sentence. I do not need to be perfect. Again. I do not need to be perfect. One more time. I do not need to be perfect. Now connect the two ideas. Today, I am ready to practice English, and I do not need to be perfect. Let us practice a few sentences that you can use at the beginning of your day. Listen first. I usually wake up around 7 o'clock. Now repeat. I usually wake up around 7 o'clock. Again, a little more smoothly. I usually wake up around 7 o'clock. Listen to the next sentence. I turn off my alarm and sit up slowly. Repeat. I turn off my alarm and sit up slowly. One more time. I turn off my alarm and sit up slowly. Now repeat. I take a deep breath and think about my day. Again. I take a deep breath and think about my day. Notice how the words connect. Think about my day. Do not separate every word too much. Try it again. I take a deep breath and think about my day. Excellent. Now imagine that someone asks you, what do you usually do after you wake up? Listen to the answer. After I wake up, I drink some water and get ready for the day. Repeat slowly. After I wake up, I drink some water and get ready for the day. Now repeat it naturally. After I wake up, I drink some water and get ready for the day. Let us make the answer longer. After I wake up, I drink some water, wash my face, and make my bed. Repeat. After I wake up, I drink some water, wash my face, and make my bed. Again. After I wake up, I drink some water, wash my face, and make my bed. This is a useful sentence pattern. You can change the actions and create your own answer. For example, after I wake up, I check my phone, open the curtains, and go to the kitchen. Repeat that sentence. After I wake up, I check my phone, open the curtains, and go to the kitchen. Now create your own version aloud. Begin with, after I wake up. Then add 3 things that you usually do. Speak now, and do not worry about making a small mistake. Very good. This is active speaking. You are not waiting for someone to ask you a question in real life. You are training your answer before you need it. The more often you practice common questions and answers, the more quickly you will respond during a real conversation. Now let us practice talking about breakfast. Listen. I usually have a simple breakfast. Repeat. I usually have a simple breakfast. Listen to the next sentence. Sometimes I make eggs and toast. Repeat. Sometimes I make eggs and toast. Again. Sometimes I make eggs and toast. Now listen. When I am in a hurry, I only have coffee and a piece of fruit. Repeat slowly. When I am in a hurry, I only have coffee and a piece of fruit. And a piece of fruit. Now repeat naturally. When I am in a hurry, I only have coffee and a piece of fruit. Imagine someone asks, "What did you have for breakfast today?" You can answer, "I had eggs, toast, and a cup of coffee." Repeat. I had eggs, toast, and a cup of coffee. Or you can say, I did not have breakfast because I was running late. Repeat that sentence. I did not have breakfast because I was running late. Again, I did not have breakfast because I was running late. Notice the useful expression, running late. It means that you do not have enough time and may arrive later than expected. Repeat, I am running late. Again, I am running late. Now practice it in a complete situation. I am running late, so I need to leave now. Repeat, I am running late, so I need to leave now. One more time with natural energy. I am running late, so I need to leave now. Now let us practice a short daily life situation. Imagine you are getting ready to leave home, but you cannot find your keys. Listen and repeat. Where did I put my keys? Again, where did I put my keys? Now say, I thought I left them on the table. Repeat. I thought I left them on the table. Continue. Maybe they are in my bag. Repeat. Maybe they are in my bag. Now say the complete thought. I cannot find my keys, and I am already running late. Let us repeat that situation more naturally. Where did I put my keys? I thought I left them on the table. Maybe they are in my bag. I cannot find them, and I am already running late. Now you say the whole situation with me. Where did I put my keys? I thought I left them on the table. Maybe they are in my bag. I cannot find them, and I am already running late. Good work. Now we will train quick responses. I will ask a question, then I will give you a useful answer. First, listen to both. Are you ready to leave? Almost. I just need to find my keys. Now repeat the answer. Almost. I just need to find my keys. Again, a little faster. Almost. I just need to find my keys. Listen. Did you sleep well? Yes. I slept really well last night. Repeat. Yes. I slept really well last night. Now practice another answer. Not really. I woke up several times. Repeat. Not really. I woke up several times. These two answers help you express different real situations. Listen to the next question. What are you doing today? Here is a simple answer. I have a few things to do, but my day is not too busy. Repeat. I have a few things to do, but my day is not too busy. Again. I have a few things to do, but my day is not too busy. Now try another answer. I have a busy day, so I need to stay focused. Repeat. I have a busy day, so I need to stay focused. Now answer the question yourself. What are you doing today? Speak aloud. You can say, I am going to work. You can say, I am staying home and finishing a few tasks. You can say, I am meeting a friend later. Or you can create a completely different answer. Take a moment and speak now. Excellent. Keep this same calm energy as we continue. Do not judge your voice. And do not stop because of one difficult word. Each sentence you repeat is helping your brain respond faster, your pronunciation become clearer, and your confidence grow stronger. Take one slow breath. Remind yourself that progress comes through repetition, and prepare to continue speaking aloud. Now let us continue with a common daily situation, leaving home and traveling somewhere. Imagine that you are walking to the bus stop or getting into your car. Listen carefully and repeat. I am on my way now. Again. I am on my way now. This is a very useful sentence when someone asks where you are. Now say, I should be there in about 20 minutes. Repeat. I should be there in about 20 minutes. One more time. I should be there in about 20 minutes. Now practice a short phone conversation. Listen first. Hi, where are you? I am on my way now. Traffic is a little heavy, but I should be there soon. Repeat the answer slowly. I am on my way now. Traffic is a little heavy, but I should be there soon. Now say it naturally. I am on my way now. Traffic is a little heavy, but I should be there soon. Let us practice another everyday situation. Imagine that you stop at a coffee shop. Repeat. Could I get a medium coffee, please? Again. Could I get a medium coffee, please? Now say, can I have it with a little milk? Repeat. Can I have it with a little milk? Continue. That is all, thank you. Repeat. That is all, thank you. Now say the complete order. Could I get a medium coffee, please? Can I have it with a little milk? That is all, thank you. Good. Now let us make your response sound calm and confident. Confidence does not mean speaking loudly or quickly. It means speaking clearly, using complete thoughts, and giving yourself permission to pause. Repeat. Let me think for a moment. Again. Let me think for a moment. Repeat. I am not completely sure, but I think so. Again. I am not completely sure, but I think so. These expressions help you continue speaking even when you need more time. Now answer this question aloud. What is one thing you want to do today? Begin your answer with, today I want to. Maybe you want to finish some work, call a friend, take a walk, clean your room, practice English, or rest after a busy day. Speak your complete answer now. Today, I want to. Very good. Now repeat this final practice sentence. I can speak calmly, even when I need time to think. Again, I can speak calmly, even when I need time to think. One more time with confidence. I can speak calmly, even when I need time to think. Remember, fluency grows when you practice useful sentences in meaningful situations. Keep your voice active, keep your breathing relaxed, and keep moving forward, one clear sentence at a time. Now let us practice another important part of daily English. Speaking when plans change. In real life, everything does not always happen exactly as we expect. A meeting may begin late, a friend may cancel, the weather may change, or you may need to choose a different plan. When this happens, you need simple and natural sentences that help you respond calmly. Listen and repeat. Something came up, so I need to change my plans. Again. Something came up, so I need to change my plans. One more time. Something came up, so I need to change my plans. The expression, something came up, means that an unexpected situation happened. You do not always need to explain every detail. Sometimes this simple expression is enough. Now repeat. I am sorry, but I cannot make it today. Again. I am sorry, but I cannot make it today. Say it naturally. I am sorry, but I cannot make it today. This sentence is useful when you cannot attend a meeting, appointment, dinner, or other plan. Let us add another sentence. Could we meet tomorrow instead? Repeat. Could we meet tomorrow instead? Again. Could we meet tomorrow instead? Now connect both sentences. I am sorry, but I cannot make it today. Could we meet tomorrow instead? Repeat the complete response. I am sorry, but I cannot make it today. Could we meet tomorrow instead? Now imagine that a friend says, I may be a little late. You can respond, that is okay. Just let me know when you arrive. Repeat, that is okay. Just let me know when you arrive. Again, that is okay. Just let me know when you arrive. Practice another response. No problem. I can wait for a few minutes. Repeat. No problem. I can wait for a few minutes. One more time. No problem. I can wait for a few minutes. Notice how calm and natural this sounds. You are not using difficult vocabulary, but you are communicating clearly. Now let us practice asking for clarification. Sometimes you understand most of what someone says, but one word or one detail is unclear. Do not become silent. Use a simple question and keep the conversation moving. Repeat. Could you say that again, please? Again. Could you say that again, please? Now say, could you speak a little more slowly? Repeat. Could you speak a little more slowly? One more time. Could you speak a little more slowly? Listen to this sentence. I understood most of it, but I missed the last part. Repeat slowly. I understood most of it, but I missed the last part. Now say it naturally. I understood most of it, but I missed the last part. These sentences are signs of confidence, not weakness. A confident speaker does not pretend to understand everything. A confident speaker asks for help when necessary, listens again, and continues the conversation. Now repeat. Do you mean we should meet at 6? Again. Do you mean we should meet at 6? This is a useful way to confirm information. Try another example. Do you mean we should meet at 6? Repeat. Do you mean we should meet at 6? Repeat. Do you mean we should meet at 6? Again, do you mean I should bring my ID? Now imagine that someone gives you directions. They say, go straight, turn left at the light, and the store will be on your right. You are not completely sure, so you respond, let me make sure I understand. I go straight, turn left at the light, and the store is on my right. Repeat that response with me. Let me make sure I understand. I go straight, turn left at the light, and the store is on my right. Very good. Now let us practice expressing an opinion. Many learners become nervous when someone asks, what do you think? You do not need an advanced answer. You can begin with a simple phrase and then add one reason. Repeat. I think it is a good idea. Again. I think it is a good idea. Now add a reason. I think it is a good idea because it will save time. Repeat. I think it is a good idea because it will save time. Try another opinion. In my opinion, the first option is better. Repeat. In my opinion, the first option is better. Add a reason. In my opinion, the first option is better because it is more practical. Repeat the complete sentence. In my opinion, the first option is better because it is more practical. Now I want you to create your own answer. Imagine that someone asks, "Do you think learning English every day is important?" Begin with, "Yes, I think it is important because." Complete the sentence aloud. Maybe you want to say, "Because daily practice helps me remember more." Maybe you want to say, "Because I want English to become part of my life." Speak your own answer now. Excellent. Now let us practice disagreeing politely. Repeat. I understand your point, but I see it differently. Again, I understand your point, but I see it differently. One more time. I understand your point, but I see it differently. Now say, I am not sure I agree with that. Repeat. I am not sure I agree with that. This sounds softer and more respectful than saying, you are wrong. Practice the complete response. I understand your point, but I am not sure I agree with that. Repeat. I understand your point, but I am not sure I agree with that. Take a slow breath and notice what you are doing. You are practicing how to handle real conversations. You are learning how to change plans. Ask for clarification. Express your opinion and disagree politely. These are not only English sentences, they are communication tools that help you stay calm and continue speaking. Now repeat this confident sentence. I do not need perfect English to express my ideas. Again, I'm delighted to assist you with our voice services to express my ideas. One more time. I do not need perfect English to express my ideas. Now repeat. When I forget a word, I can explain it another way. Again. When I forget a word, I can explain it another way. This is an important fluency skill. Fluent speakers do not always remember the perfect word immediately. They keep talking, describe the idea, use simpler language, and continue. For example, imagine that you forget the word umbrella. You can say, it is something you use when it rains. Repeat. It is something you use when it rains. If you forget the word pharmacy, you can say, it is the place where you buy medicine. Repeat. It is the place where you buy medicine. Now choose one simple object near you. Maybe it is a chair, a phone, a cup, a window, or a notebook. Describe it without saying its name. Begin with, it is something that. Speak for 1 or 2 sentences. This exercise trains you to stay flexible when a word disappears from your mind. Very good. Finish this practice by repeating, I can stay calm and keep speaking. Again, I can stay calm and keep speaking. Now say it with stronger confidence. I can stay calm and keep speaking. Every time you practice like this, you are teaching your brain that speaking English is safe. You are becoming more comfortable with uncertainty, more willing to make mistakes, and more prepared for real conversations. Keep listening, keep repeating, and keep trusting the process. Your English voice is becoming stronger every time you use it. Now let us practice speaking about work, study, and daily responsibilities. These situations are part of everyday life, and they give you many opportunities to use practical English. Listen carefully, repeat each sentence aloud, and try to follow the natural rhythm of my voice. Repeat after me. I have a lot to do today. Again, I have a lot to do today. One more time. I have a lot to do today. Now repeat. I need to organize my time carefully. Again, I need to organize my time carefully. Connect the two ideas. I have a lot to do today, so I need to organize my time carefully. Now say, I am going to start with the most important task. Repeat, I am going to start with the most important task. Again, I am going to start with the most important task. This is a useful sentence when you are talking about your plans or priorities. Let us practice a common question. What are you working on? Listen to the answer. I am finishing a project that is due tomorrow. Repeat slowly. I am finishing a project that is due tomorrow. Now say it naturally. I am finishing a project that is due tomorrow. Practice another answer. I am answering a few emails before my meeting. Repeat. I am answering a few emails before my meeting. One more time. I am answering a few emails before my meeting. Now imagine that someone asks, "Are you busy right now?" You can say, "A little, but I can talk for a few minutes." Repeat. A little, but I can talk for a few minutes. Again, a little, but I can talk for a few minutes. You can also say, I am in the middle of something. Can I call you back later? Repeat slowly. I am in the middle of something. Can I call you back later? Now repeat naturally. I am in the middle of something. Can I call you back later? This expression, I am in the middle of something, means that you are currently busy with an activity or task. Repeat it again. I am in the middle of something. Now use it in a complete sentence. I am in the middle of something, but I will be free soon. Repeat. I am in the middle of something, but I will be free soon. Let us practice asking for help politely. Listen. Could you help me with this? Repeat. Could you help me with this? Again. Could you help me with this? Now add more information. Could you help me understand these instructions? Repeat. Could you help me understand these instructions? Imagine that you are not sure how to complete a task. You can say, I am not sure what I am supposed to do. Repeat. I am not sure what I am supposed to do. Now continue. Could you explain it one more time? Repeat. Could you explain it one more time? Put the sentences together. I am not sure what I am supposed to do. Could you explain it one more time? Repeat the complete response. I am not sure what I am supposed to do. Could you explain it one more time? Excellent. Asking for help is a normal part of communication. You do not have to understand everything immediately. You can ask questions, confirm information, and make sure you know what to do. Now practice offering help to another person. Repeat. Do you need any help? Again. Do you need any help? Now say, let me know if you need anything. Repeat. Let me know if you need anything. One more time. Let me know if you need anything. Imagine that your coworker or friend looks very busy. You can say, you seem busy. Is there anything I can do? Repeat. Slowly. You seem busy. Is there anything I can do? Now say it naturally. You seem busy. Is there anything I can do? Practice a possible response. Thank you, but I think I can handle it. Repeat. Thank you, but I think I can handle it. Again. Thank you, but I think I can handle it. Now try another response. Actually, could you help me with this one thing? Repeat. Actually, could you help me with this one thing? One more time. Actually, could you help me with this one thing? Let us practice talking about mistakes. Mistakes happen at work, at home, while studying, and during conversations. A confident person accepts the mistake and focuses on the solution. Repeat. I made a mistake, but I can fix it. Again. I made a mistake, but I can fix it. Say it with confidence. I made a mistake, but I can fix it. Now repeat. I am sorry. I misunderstood the instructions. Again. I am sorry. I misunderstood the instructions. Continue. I will correct it right away. Repeat. I will correct it right away. Now say the complete response. I am sorry. I misunderstood the instructions. I will correct it right away. Repeat once more. I am sorry. I misunderstood the instructions. I will correct it right away. Notice that this response is calm and responsible. You are not making a long excuse. You are clearly explaining what happened, and you are showing that you are ready to solve the problem. Now practice this useful expression. Thanks for letting me know. Repeat. Thanks for letting me know. Again. Thanks for letting me know. You can use this when someone gives you important information or points out a mistake. Continue. Thanks for letting me know. I will take care of it. Repeat. Thanks for letting me know. I will take care of it. One more time. Thanks for letting me know. I will take care of it. Now imagine that you completed a difficult task. Someone asks, "How did it go?" You can answer, "It went well, but it took longer than I expected." Repeat slowly. It went well, but it took longer than I expected. Now say it naturally. It went well, but it took longer than I expected. Practice another answer. It was challenging, but I learned a lot. Repeat. It was challenging, but I learned a lot. Again. It was challenging, but I learned a lot. Now answer this question yourself. What is something difficult that you completed recently? You can talk about work, studying, cleaning your home, solving a problem, or learning a new skill. Begin your answer with, "Recently, I completed." Continue speaking for 2 or 3 sentences. Do not stop after the first idea. Add how you felt, what was difficult, and what you learned. Very good. Speaking for several sentences helps you move beyond short answers. Many learners can answer with one word, but they struggle to continue. To build fluency, practice adding one more detail. For example, instead of saying, "Work was busy," say, "Work was busy today because we had several important meetings." Repeat. Work was busy today because we had several important meetings. Instead of saying, "I am tired," say, "I am tired because I stayed up late finishing a project." Repeat. I am tired because I stayed up late finishing a project. Instead of saying, "The meeting was good," say, "The meeting was good, and we made several important decisions." Repeat. The meeting was good, and we made several important decisions. Now practice expanding your own answer. I will ask, "How was your day?" Do not answer with only "good" or "fine." Try to give at least 2 complete sentences. You can say, "My day was productive. I finished most of my work, and I also had time to take a short walk." Repeat. My day was productive. I finished most of my work, and I also had time to take a short walk. Or you can say, "My day was a little stressful. I had several problems to solve, but everything worked out in the end." Repeat. My day was a little stressful. I had several problems to solve, but everything worked out in the end. Now create your own answer. How was your day? Speak for at least 2 sentences. Describe what happened, how you felt, and one thing you completed. Excellent. Finish this practice by repeating, "I can express complete ideas in English." Again, I can express complete ideas in English. Now repeat, "I can explain my work, my plans, and my experiences." Again, I can explain my work, my plans, and my experiences. One final time. Say this with confidence. The more I speak, the easier speaking becomes. Repeat. The more I speak, the easier speaking becomes. Keep using complete sentences, keep adding small details, and keep training yourself to continue after your first answer. Each extra sentence strengthens your fluency. And every time you speak aloud, you become more prepared for real English conversations. Now let us practice speaking in social situations. Because many English learners feel comfortable practicing alone, but they become nervous when they meet another person. A simple conversation can suddenly feel difficult. You may wonder what to say, how to begin, or how to keep the conversation going. Today, we will train useful expressions that help you speak naturally when meeting people, talking with friends, and sharing your thoughts. Listen carefully and repeat. Hi, it is nice to see you. Again. Hi, it is nice to see you. Now repeat. How have you been? Again. How have you been? This question is useful when you meet someone you already know but have not seen recently. Practice a natural answer. I have been doing well, thanks. How about you? Repeat. I have been doing well, thanks. How about you? One more time. I have been doing well, thanks. How about you? Now imagine that you meet someone for the first time. Repeat. Hi, I am Evelyn. It is nice to meet you. Again. Hi, I am Evelyn. It is nice to meet you. Now practice the response. It is nice to meet you too. Repeat. It is nice to meet you too. Let us continue the conversation. Repeat. What brings you here today? Again. What brings you here today? This is a friendly question you can use at an event, meeting, class, or social gathering. Practice a possible answer. I came with a friend and I wanted to meet some new people. Repeat slowly. I came with a friend and I wanted to meet some new people. Now say it naturally. I came with a friend and I wanted to meet some new people. Practice another question. Have you been here before? Repeat. Have you been here before? A simple answer could be, no, this is my first time. Repeat. No, this is my first time. Add one more detail. No, this is my first time, but I really like the atmosphere. Repeat. No, this is my first time, but I really like the atmosphere. Notice how adding one detail makes your answer more interesting. A conversation becomes easier when you give the other person something to respond to. Instead of answering only yes or no, add a reason, a feeling, or a small piece of information. For example, if someone asks, "Do you live nearby?" you can say, "Yes, I live about 10 minutes from here." Repeat, "Yes, I live about 10 minutes from here." If your answer is no, you can say, "No, I live across town, so it took me a while to get here." Repeat, "No, I live across town, so it took me a while to get here." Now answer this question yourself. Do you live near the place where you work or study? Begin with yes or no, then add one detail. Speak aloud now. Very good. Let us practice talking about free time. Repeat. What do you like to do in your free time? Again. What do you like to do in your free time? Here is one natural answer. I enjoy listening to music, taking walks, and watching movies. Repeat. I enjoy listening to music, taking walks, and watching movies. Now make the answer more personal. I usually listen to music in the evening because it helps me relax. Repeat. I usually listen to music in the evening because it helps me relax. One more time. I usually listen to music in the evening because it helps me relax. Now answer the question yourself. What do you like to do in your free time? Try to speak for at least 3 sentences. Mention one activity. Explain when you do it, and say why you enjoy it. Speak now. Excellent. Let us practice responding with interest. When another person shares something, do not only say, "Okay." Use short expressions that show you are listening. Repeat, "That sounds interesting." Again, "That sounds interesting." Repeat, "Really? Tell me more about it." Again, "Really? Tell me more about it." Now say, "I have always wanted to try that." Repeat, "I have always wanted to try that." Imagine someone says, I started learning how to cook last month. You can respond, that sounds interesting. What have you learned to make? Repeat, that sounds interesting. What have you learned to make? Imagine someone says, I am planning a trip for next month. You can respond, that is exciting. Where are you going? Repeat, that is exciting. Where are you going? These follow-up questions help a conversation continue. You do not need to create a long speech every time. Sometimes a short, thoughtful question is enough. Now let us practice talking about feelings. Repeat, I am feeling pretty good today. Again, I am feeling pretty good today. Repeat, I am a little tired, but I am doing okay. Again, I am a little tired, but I am doing okay. Now say, I have been feeling stressed lately. Repeat, I have been feeling stressed lately. Add a reason. I have been feeling stressed lately because I have had a lot of work. Repeat, I have been feeling stressed lately because I have had a lot of work. Let us practice a supportive response. I am sorry to hear that. Repeat, I am sorry to hear that. Continue. I hope things get easier soon. Repeat, I hope things get easier soon. Now connect the sentences. I am sorry to hear that. I hope things get easier soon. Practice another supportive sentence. That sounds difficult. Is there anything I can do? Repeat. That sounds difficult. Is there anything I can do? Now imagine that a friend asks, Are you okay? You can answer honestly but simply, I am okay. I am just having a difficult day. Repeat. I am okay. I am just having a difficult day. Or you can say, I am feeling better now. I just needed some time to rest. Repeat. I am feeling better now. I just needed some time to rest. Being able to express feelings is an important part of real communication. You do not need complicated emotional vocabulary. Clear, simple sentences can communicate a lot. Now let us practice making plans with a friend. Repeat. Are you free this weekend? Again. Are you free this weekend? Listen to the answer. I think so. What did you have in mind? Repeat. I think so. What did you have in mind? Now practice a suggestion. Would you like to get coffee on Saturday? Repeat. Would you like to get coffee on Saturday? A positive response could be, That sounds great. What time should we meet? Repeat. That sounds great. What time should we meet? If you are not available, you can say, I cannot make it on Saturday, but I am free on Sunday. Repeat. I cannot make it on Saturday, but I am free on Sunday. This response is polite because you do not only reject the plan, you offer another option. Now practice the complete conversation with me. Are you free this weekend? I think so. What did you have in mind? Would you like to get coffee on Saturday? That sounds great. What time should we meet? Say it again with smoother rhythm. Are you free this weekend? I think so. What did you have in mind? Would you like to get coffee on Saturday? That sounds great. What time should we meet? Very good. Now create your own invitation. Begin with, would you like to? Maybe you want to invite someone to have lunch, take a walk, watch a movie, or visit a new place. Speak your invitation aloud. Now imagine that the other person accepts. Respond with a time and place. You can say, Great, let us meet at 2 outside the coffee shop. Create your own response now. Excellent. Let us continue with a slightly longer speaking exercise. I want you to imagine that you meet a friendly person at a small social event. Introduce yourself, say where you are from, mention what you do, talk about one hobby, and ask the other person a question. You can begin like this. Hi, I am Evelyn. It is nice to meet you. I am from, and I work as. In my free time, I enjoy. What about you? Now speak for 30 seconds using your own information. Do not stop to correct every mistake. Keep moving forward. Use simple words. And focus on expressing your meaning. Very good. Now repeat these confident sentences. I can start a conversation with confidence. Again, I can start a conversation with confidence. Repeat. I can ask questions and show interest. Again, I can ask questions and show interest. Now say, I can share my thoughts and feelings clearly. Repeat. I can share my thoughts and feelings clearly. Let us now practice what to say when a conversation becomes quiet. Silence is normal, and you do not need to panic. You can introduce a new topic with a simple question. Repeat. How has your week been? Again. How has your week been? Repeat. Do you have any plans for the weekend? Again. Do you have any plans for the weekend? Now say, have you watched any good movies lately? Repeat. Have you watched any good movies lately? These questions are easy to answer, and they can open the door to a longer conversation. Now practice answering one of them. I will ask, how has your week been? You can answer, it has been busy but productive. I finished several important tasks, so I feel good about it. Repeat. It has been busy but productive. I finished several important tasks, so I feel good about it. Now create your own answer. Describe your week in 2 or 3 sentences. Was it busy, relaxing, stressful, exciting, or ordinary? What happened? How do you feel about it? Speak now. Excellent. Let us practice ending a conversation politely. Repeat. It was great talking with you. Again. It was great talking with you. Now say, I should get going, but I hope we can talk again soon. Repeat slowly. I should get going, but I hope we can talk again soon. Now say it naturally. I should get going, but I hope we can talk again soon. Practice another ending. Thanks for the conversation. Enjoy the rest of your day. Repeat. Thanks for the conversation. Enjoy the rest of your day. One more time. Thanks for the conversation. Enjoy the rest of your day. Now put the final exchange together. It was great talking with you. It was great talking with you too. I should get going, but I hope we can talk again soon. Of course. Take care. Repeat the full exchange one more time with natural emotion. It was great talking with you. It was great talking with you. 2. I should get going, but I hope we can talk again soon. Of course. Take care. One final sentence. Every conversation is a chance to practice. Repeat. Every conversation is a chance to practice. Remember, you do not need to say something brilliant. You only need to be present. Listen carefully, respond naturally, and keep the conversation alive. Each time you speak with another person, you are training more than vocabulary. You are training courage, flexibility, and confidence. Keep practicing these sentences aloud and allow your English voice to become stronger in every social situation. Now, let us bring everything together with a longer shadowing practice based on a complete day. This exercise will help you connect ideas, speak in longer sentences, and move naturally from one thought to another. Listen carefully first, then repeat each sentence aloud with calm breathing and clear pronunciation. Repeat after me. I woke up a little earlier than usual this morning. Again, I woke up a little earlier than usual this morning. Continue. For a few minutes, I wanted to stay in bed. Repeat. For a few minutes, I wanted to stay in bed. Now say, but I knew I had an important day ahead of me. Repeat. but I knew I had an important day ahead of me. Connect the complete idea. I woke up a little earlier than usual this morning. For a few minutes, I wanted to stay in bed, but I knew I had an important day ahead of me. Repeat it once more with natural rhythm. I woke up a little earlier than usual this morning. For a few minutes, I wanted to stay in bed, but I knew I had an important day ahead of me. Continue shadowing. I got up, opened the curtains, and let some fresh air into the room. Repeat. I got up, opened the curtains, and let some fresh air into the room. Now say, the weather looked pleasant, so I immediately felt more energetic. Repeat. The weather looked pleasant, so I immediately felt more energetic. Listen to the next part. After getting ready, I made a quick breakfast and checked my schedule. Repeat slowly. After getting ready, I made a quick breakfast and checked my schedule. Now repeat it naturally. After getting ready, I made a quick breakfast and checked my schedule. Continue. I had several things to finish, so I decided to focus on one task at a time. Repeat. I had several things to finish, so I decided to focus on one task at a time. One more time. I had several things to finish, so I decided to focus on one task at a time. This is a useful sentence for describing a busy day. Now create a similar sentence about yourself. Begin with, I had several things to finish, so I decided to. Maybe you decided to make a list. Begin early, turn off your phone, or ask someone for help. Complete the sentence aloud. Very good. Now imagine that you are traveling to work, school, or another place. Repeat. When I left home, the streets were already busy. Again. When I left home, the streets were already busy. Continue. I thought I might be late, but fortunately, the traffic started moving. Repeat. I thought I might be late, but fortunately, the traffic started moving. Now say, while I was traveling, I listened to English for a few minutes. Repeat. While I was traveling, I listened to English for a few minutes. Continue. Instead of listening passively, I quietly repeated several useful sentences. Repeat. Instead of listening passively, I quietly repeated several useful sentences. Now connect the ideas. While I was traveling, I listened to English for a few minutes. Instead of listening passively, I quietly repeated several useful sentences. Repeat it again. While I was traveling, I listened to English for a few minutes. Instead of listening passively, I quietly repeated several useful sentences. This is how you can make English part of your daily routine. You do not always need a long study session. You can practice while preparing breakfast, traveling somewhere, taking a walk, cleaning your room, or waiting for an appointment. Small practice moments become powerful when you repeat them consistently. Now let us continue the daily story. Repeat. When I arrived, someone asked me a question that I was not expecting. Again. When I arrived, someone asked me a question that I was not expecting. Continue. At first, I felt nervous because I needed time to think. Repeat. At first, I felt nervous because I needed time to think. Now say, instead of becoming silent, I took a breath and said, let me think for a moment. Repeat slowly. Instead of becoming silent, I took a breath and said, let me think for a moment. Now repeat it naturally. Instead of becoming silent, I took a breath and said, let me think for a moment. Continue. That short sentence gave me enough time to organize my thoughts. Repeat. That short sentence gave me enough time to organize my thoughts. Now say, my answer was not perfect, but I expressed my main idea clearly. Repeat. My answer was not perfect, but I expressed my main idea clearly. Connect those thoughts. That short sentence gave me enough time to organize my thoughts. My answer was not perfect, but I expressed my main idea clearly. Repeat once more. That short sentence gave me enough time to organize my thoughts. My answer was not perfect, but I expressed my main idea clearly. Now practice this useful response. I may need a moment to explain it. Again. I may need a moment to explain it. Continue. What I am trying to say is. Repeat. What I am trying to say is. This expression helps you introduce your main point when your thoughts feel unorganized. Practice a complete example. What I am trying to say is that we need more time. Repeat. What I am trying to say is that we need more time. Another example. What I am trying to say is that the second option may be easier. Repeat. What I am trying to say is that the second option may be easier. Now create your own sentence beginning with, what I am trying to say is. Speak clearly and complete your thought. Excellent. Continue the daily story. Later in the day, I made a small mistake. Repeat. Later in the day, I made a small mistake. Now say, for a moment, I felt embarrassed and wanted to avoid the situation. Repeat. For a moment, I felt embarrassed and wanted to avoid the situation. Continue. Then I reminded myself that everyone makes mistakes. Repeat. Then I reminded myself that everyone makes mistakes. Now say, I apologized, corrected the problem, and continued with my day. Repeat. I apologized, corrected the problem, and continued with my day. Now repeat this complete thought. I made a mistake, but I did not allow it to ruin my confidence. Again. I made a mistake, but I did not allow it to ruin my confidence. One more time with strength. I made a mistake, but I did not allow it to ruin my confidence. This attitude is especially important when speaking English. You may choose the wrong word, use the wrong tense, or pronounce something incorrectly. Correct yourself when necessary, but do not allow one mistake to end the conversation. Repeat. Let me say that again. Again. Let me say that again. Now repeat. That is not exactly what I meant. Again. That is not exactly what I meant. Continue. Let me explain it another way. Repeat. Let me explain it another way. Now practice them together. That is not exactly what I meant. Let me explain it another way. Repeat. That is not exactly what I meant. Let me explain it another way. These sentences give you control of the conversation. Instead of feeling defeated by a mistake, you calmly repair your sentence and continue speaking. Now let us move toward the end of the daily story. Repeat. By the afternoon, I had completed most of my important tasks. Again. By the afternoon, I had completed most of my important tasks. Continue. I felt tired, but I was satisfied with my progress. Repeat. I felt tired, but I was satisfied with my progress. Now say, before going home, I checked my schedule for the next day. Repeat. Before going home, I checked my schedule for the next day. Continue. I wrote down a few reminders so I would not forget anything. Repeat. I wrote down a few reminders so I would not forget anything. Imagine that someone asks, how did your day go? Practice this answer. It was busy, but it went well. I finished several important tasks, solved a small problem, and learned something useful. Repeat slowly. It was busy, but it went well. I finished several important tasks, solved a small problem, and learned something useful. Now say it naturally. It was busy, but it went well. I finished several important tasks, solved a small problem, and learned something useful. Create your own answer to the question, how did your day go? Speak for at least 4 sentences. Mention what you did, describe one challenge, explain how you handled it, and say how you feel now. Take your time, but keep speaking until your answer is complete. Very good. Now imagine that you are home after a long day. Repeat. When I got home, I changed my clothes and rested for a while. Again. When I got home, I changed my clothes and rested for a while. Continue. I wanted to use my phone, but I decided to practice English first. Repeat. I wanted to use my phone, but I decided to practice English first. Now say, I listened to a short recording and shadowed each sentence several times. Repeat. I listened to a short recording and shadowed each sentence several times. Continue. Some sentences were easy, while others required more practice. Repeat. Some sentences were easy, while others required more practice. Now repeat. I did not become frustrated when I made mistakes. Again. I did not become frustrated when I made mistakes. Continue. I slowed down, listened again, and repeated the difficult parts. Repeat. I slowed down, listened again, and repeated the difficult parts. This is exactly how effective shadowing practice should feel. You listen, repeat, notice a difficulty, and try again. You do not criticize yourself. You simply adjust your speed and continue. Repeat this sentence. When a sentence feels difficult, I break it into smaller parts. Again, when a sentence feels difficult, I break it into smaller parts. For example, listen to this sentence. I would have called you earlier, but I did not have my phone with me. First, practice the beginning. I would have called you earlier. Repeat. I would have called you earlier. Now, practice the second part. But I did not have my phone with me. Repeat. But I did not have my phone with me. Now, connect both parts. I would have called you earlier, but I did not have my phone with me. Again, with a smooth connection. I would have called you earlier, but I did not have my phone with me. Now practice one final longer sentence. Even though I was tired at the end of the day, I felt proud because I had practiced English instead of making another excuse. Listen again. Even though I was tired at the end of the day, I felt proud because I had practiced English instead of making another excuse. Now repeat each part. Even though I was tired at the end of the day. Repeat. Even though I was tired at the end of the day. Continue. I felt proud because I had practiced English. Repeat. I felt proud because I had practiced English. Finish. Instead of making another excuse. Repeat. Instead of making another excuse. Now say the complete sentence. Even though I was tired at the end of the day, I felt proud because I had practiced English instead of making another excuse. Take a slow breath and repeat these final confident sentences carefully. I am becoming more comfortable speaking English. Again. I am becoming more comfortable speaking English. I can respond without preparing every word. Again. I can respond without preparing every word. I can make mistakes and continue speaking. Again. I can make mistakes and continue speaking. I can use simple English to express meaningful ideas. Again. I can use simple English to express meaningful ideas. My voice becomes stronger every time I practice. Again. My voice becomes stronger every time I practice. Now say the final sequence without stopping. I listen carefully. I repeat clearly. I speak calmly. I continue after mistakes. I practice consistently. And I become more confident every day. Repeat it one more time, slowly and confidently. I listen carefully. I repeat clearly. I speak calmly. I continue after mistakes. I practice consistently. And I become more confident every day. Take one final slow breath, relax your shoulders, and notice how much English you have spoken aloud. Each sentence has trained your listening, pronunciation, rhythm, memory, and speaking confidence. Continue carrying these sentence patterns into your daily life. Use them in real situations, and allow steady practice to turn them into a natural part of your English voice. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. And congratulations on taking another meaningful step in your 10-day English speaking challenge. You did more than simply listen to English. You opened your mouth, used your voice, repeated complete sentences, and trained yourself to speak with greater fluency and confidence. Remember, improvement does not come from practicing perfectly once. It comes from returning every day, listening carefully, repeating patiently, and continuing even when some sentences feel difficult. Each time you shadow a sentence, your ears become sharper, your pronunciation becomes clearer, and your mouth becomes more comfortable speaking English naturally. Do not worry if you made mistakes today. Mistakes are not signs that you are failing. They are signs that you are actively learning. Keep practicing the difficult sentences. Use the useful expressions in your daily life, and try to speak English aloud for at least a few minutes every day. Before you leave, repeat this final promise with me. I will continue practicing, even when it feels difficult. Again, I will continue practicing, even when it feels difficult. Now say, I am building my English confidence. One sentence at a time. One more time. I am building my English confidence. One sentence at a time. If this practice helped you, support the channel by liking this video, subscribing, and sharing it with another English learner who wants to speak more confidently. You can also write one sentence in the comments about your speaking goal, because writing your goal down can help you stay committed to it. Keep listening, keep shadowing, and most importantly, keep speaking. I'm Evelyn, and I look forward to practicing with you again in the next session of our 10-day English speaking challenge. Until then, believe in your progress, trust your voice, and remember, you do not have to speak perfectly to speak confidently.